Hello everyone, it's Nerfinator again with another unboxing and review. You may notice I'm in a different place this time. That's because we're at my grandma's in Missouri, and so we're helping her out with some stuff here. And this time I'm bringing you something really awesome. I have been really wanting to get a hold of one of these since the pre-release photos came out, and so I finally got a hold of one. I spent it was $51 at Walmart for this. That's with tax and everything. So here it is, the modulus tri-strike. There it is in the box. So let's get it out of the box. First of all though, let's take a look at it. As you can see, it's an open, semi-open face box. It's got tri-strike down here and a nice big logo. Got a picture of the guy shooting it. The big modulus logo here. Of course, the Nerf logo up here in the corner. On the back, they're still doing this. They've got the modulus along with all the attachments. Over here, they've got the tri-strike. It says over 1,000 combinations, which I do believe that. There's a lot of accessories and stuff you can put on these blasters. Then over here, it's got some other blasters like the Recon Mark II and the Ion Fire. And then down here, it's got the new accessory packs. Also, it also says 3 ways to blast right here on the top. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. It says 3 ways to blast, and I've seen plenty of reviews for this thing already, but I wanted to get mine out there, show you guys what this thing is if you don't know already. Sorry about me rambling. Alright, without any further ado, let's get it out of the box. And I am going to pull a knife out. Sorry guys, it's been a little while since I've done a review, just because I've been busy and I haven't really had time, but that's okay. Life happens, right? Alright, so this is proving to be a little difficult to remove from its cardboard prison here. Let's try opening it from the other end. Maybe it'll be a little bit more cooperative. There we go. Okay. So the main box is gone. Okay, so here we have the blaster and all its nerfy goodness. We've got the stock, the missile launcher on top, the blaster itself, the clip, and then of course the barrel extension blaster. And the darts, we have elite darts for the main blaster, mega darts for the hemp style barrel launcher, and of course I've been wanting to get something like this, the Nerf missile. Some people call these demolisher missiles, some people call these tri-strike missiles. I don't care, I'm just going to call them Nerf missiles. So let's take a look at this thing first, since we do have other mega and strike elite blasters. So here it is, the Nerf missile. It's about, I'm gonna say, 2 inches wide at the top and bottom. The fins nice, spread out real nice and clean along the back end of the fuselage here. Very nice. Fins are slightly twisted, which gives it, I'm hoping, a spin in midair, maybe make it a little bit more accurate, but I have heard that these things aren't very accurate. It's made out of a really good dense foam. The tip is really dense. It's nice and hard. It's almost like memory foam without the memory. It's really cool. It's also hollow. I believe you could almost fit a mega dart in there. Not quite. Definitely fit an elite dart in there with some room. So those are the darts. We'll get those out of the way. Now let's get the blaster out itself. Get my knife again. Now let's start cutting. Let's get the main blaster out first. There's 1, 2, and then it should, yep, just come right out. And wow, that is nice. That is very nice. I am wondering where there it is, the priming bar. I wondered where this was. It was taped to the inside of that one little compartment where they stored the darts. And it is smaller than some of the priming handles that I've used before. Take that tag off, because obviously it won't function correctly with it there. So in order to install the priming bar, you slide it through like this until it comes out to the other side, and then you attach the other piece like that, and then you press until you hear it click, and then, oh, that's nice. Okay, yes, that is very nice, very crisp prime, very nice trigger pull. I'm loving this. The plastic feels a bit more durable than Nerf usually makes theirs. Also, even on the priming bar, it just feels really nice. Makes for a really good grip. They're still using that new style of tactical rail thing. I'm really liking that. Got a built-in iron sight up here and back here, and they line up perfectly. I'm loving that. And then the jam door, it isn't real big, but it's really nice. I'm really liking the orange jam door. Goes great with these new colors, and it's slam fire. That's really awesome. Alright, so enough about the main blaster for right now. I'm going to set that right down there. Let's get out the next piece, and that is the missile launcher. I'm going to want to be careful not to cut the tube on this. It's got a, I want to say a rubber hose. I'm trying to be careful and not cut said hose. Okay, so the rocket launcher is free, and I'll show you how it attaches to the main blaster. Of course, you have the stock, and then you have the rest of it. Oh man, that is cool. That is big too. Okay, and then the stock, it extends like so, and then push it forward like that, and launches the missile. That is cool. And then another added feature, this is stiff. This is good. It's not coming off. It's not going to come off if you're running around wiggling with it. There's actually no flex or anything to any of this stuff. It's really nice, really sturdy. I'm really liking it. One really awesome feature about this thing is you can connect it. It's got a stock attachment point right here. You connect it like that, and you've got the personal rocket launcher that comes off and you're ready to go. I'm gonna put the rocket in there just so we don't lose it, or a missile. Yeah. And oops. Okay, so shooting the camera aside, this thing is awesome and it goes on there great. Next piece we're gonna get out is this, the hemp style barrel gun. And is it a barrel? Is it a gun? It is both. It is really cool. I have to say, I have been looking forward to something like this for a while. That is, oh, they have air restrictors in this. There's air restrictors in the hemp style thing. That is interesting. I don't know why they would need air restrictors, but because it's air powered. That's interesting. Although it may be a smart AR system, that would make more sense. Another thing that's really awesome is if you look down the barrel, you can see the rifling is spiraled. Unlike a lot of Nerf rifling that isn't spiraled, I'm loving this modulus line and the way that they're twisting the rifling so you get a more accurate blaster. So I'm going to put the barrel on there, and that is one honking barrel. That is pretty big. You have to find a pretty big blaster to put this on, or just accept the fact that if you don't find one, it's going to look kind of interesting. But I mean, that looks a little front heavy. That's kind of funny. Let's put the rocket launcher on there, missile launcher, whatever you guys want to call it. There it is, the tri-strike. That's cool. It's also heavy. There's a lot of plastic here. It all works really good, and you can shoulder fire the missile launcher too. I'm going to take the missile out though, because I don't want to lose it. I'm going to do a firing test in a second. That is cool. I'm going to cut out the 10 dart clip. I actually haven't gotten anything recently that has a 10 dart clip in it, so this will be my first 10 dart clip. And it is a standard N-Strike Elite 10 dart clip. In order to load it, just kind of like an old, I want to say, I'm sorry guys, the name is skipping me. Long shot. I don't know why that was so hard to remember. Anyways, there it is, the modulus tri-strike. This thing is pretty big. I mean, I think, yeah, it's about as long as my arm. This is pretty cool. Alright, so without any further ado, let's load this puppy up. And wow. Okay, so I just barely with my middle finger can reach up and hit the clip release. That is really far away from your hands. So I think the best way to do it is just take your thumb and do it like that. I think that's going to be the best way for most Nerfers. If you have really long fingers, it's not going to be much of a problem, but that's interesting. So far I'm loving this. It's great. There's another tactical rail on top of the missile launcher, which is great. I'm liking that. Let's load this puppy up, and then we're going to see what it's like to shoot it and what kind of ranges it's getting. Now, I don't have my measuring tape with me, guys, sorry, so I can't get an extremely accurate range, but I can tell you with more or less amount of certainty how far it's going. So I'm sorry that you guys have to watch me fill a clip, but I don't have the software required to speed this up. So I'll just sort of talk about the blaster while I'm loading everything up. As far as the aesthetics go, it's very nice. It has, I think they made a good choice in going from the old lime green to this kind of, I'm not sure what kind of green it is. It's more like a seafoam. Not quite seafoam. It's more of a, I'm not sure what to call it really. I'm not very good with colors, guys. I'm sorry. Nobody's perfect. This package is a little bit difficult to get into. I'm sorry this is taking so long, guys. If you don't want to see me loading this thing up and getting ready and everything, just skip this part. We're almost there, I promise. Okay. Okay, so here we go, a fully loaded modulus tri-strike, ready to go. I'm going to get some footage and as to where I'm going to shoot it. I don't really know. Tell you what, I'm gonna pause the segment and then I'm gonna show you where I'm gonna be shooting this thing, and I'll get you some firing footage. So I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, here I am at a new site. I've got this thing all loaded up. I'm gonna move the camera so you guys can see I'm gonna be shooting down range. I'm gonna prop the camera up over here so you guys can hopefully see the range where I'm shooting, and I'll do my best to prop it up here. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to be shooting down range here. I'm going to be aiming for that post right there. Right. It's not showing up on camera. So, a landmark that I can aim for on camera, I don't have one. So I'm just going to start shooting, and I'm going to show you guys how awesome this thing is. I'm not going to do angled shots. I am going to do slam fire though. So I'm going to do the elites first, then the mega, and then I'm going to do the missile. So ready? Here we go. Whoa! Okay. So the good news is this thing is getting like elite distances. This is crazy. Oh wow. Okay. I'm going to do slam fire and see if the range is actually decreased. Okay, and the ranges actually stayed the same. That's really awesome. Okay, so next is the hemp style mega, and okay, so the mega is pretty inaccurate as far as ranges, and we're probably looking at like 60 feet at the most, and probably I'd say 35 at the least, which is pretty good. And then I'm going to finally fire the missile, and we're going to see how that works. So you pull back the stock like that, like I showed you before, and then you slam it forward as hard as you can. And here we go. Whoa. Okay, that was cool. That was cool. I'm going to load it all up. I'm going to do it again for you guys, and hopefully we're not missing any darts. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm going to shoot this thing for you again, just to give you guys a little bit of a better idea how good this thing shoots, because it shoots really good. I'm really impressed with this thing. So again, I'm going to shoot the elites first, and slam fire last. A little bit of a fishtail on that one. Not much. This thing has pretty good power, I have to say. Out of the box, it's hitting pretty good. These are slightly angled shots, but they're still getting 75, close to 80 feet. This is doing really good. Now I'm going to start doing slam fire. And silly me, I only left one dart left for slam fire. Okay, so next I'm going to do the hemp style one, and I'm actually going to just remove it and fire it separately. And a little bit of a misfire on the last one, it shot both of them at once. So I'm going to lay that aside, and next we're going to fire the missile launcher all on its own. So I'm laying the main blaster aside. I'm going to bring out the missile launcher itself, load it up with the Nerf missile, and here we go. That was a bit of a flatter shot than I had before, but it's still punching 55, 60 feet. That is great ranges for something like this. And the stock locks in place when you push it in, and but it doesn't lock in place when you pull it out. So there is a difference there. I'm really loving this tubing here that protects the main air tube. It's really working great. I think that's a great idea, protecting the air tube so it doesn't get damaged, so you don't lose air pressure. I think it's going to work out great. As far as durability for all this stuff, I think it's going to turn out pretty good, to be honest, because the plastic, for one thing, is a lot heavier than some of the other Nerf guns that I've seen. Not most of them, but some. The jam door right here on top is actually pretty good. As far as for getting in there and getting into jams and stuff, it's not the biggest, but I think it's just big enough that it could make a difference if you do have a jam. So it's really nice. I am loving the slam fire feature. I'm really excited though, because now we finally have an elite long strike with slam fire capabilities. This is great. As far as the 10 dart clip, I think 10 dart clips are nice. They're a little bit smaller than a 12, a little bit larger than a 6, so it's kind of a mid-range. Helps you out if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money on darts, and if you don't have a whole lot of darts, you can fill up a clip and get ready for a Nerf war quickly. Also, as far as the hemp style blaster on the front for the barrel, it attaches to any in-strike barrel attachment. It's great, and again, it kind of clicks into place, so it won't shake loose. It only comes loose when you pull out on it in order to fire it. And again, firing it it's a breeze. Although I am wondering why they put the air restrictors in there, unless it's probably some sort of smart AR technology, in which case it's fine. As far as my opinion on this blaster, it's a big thumbs up. This is great. As far as the price tag, I think it's acceptable. $51, that's with tax, is okay for this blaster. It is a little expensive, but if you think about it, this is probably eventually going to be a collector's item, considering it is one of a kind at this point, and the first of its kind if they ever make anything like this again. So here we are at the end of the video. The modulus tri-strike blaster from Nerf, from Hasbro. This thing is awesome. I have to say that. I can't say it enough. Hasbro really pulled out all the stops on this one. And one thing I'm actually kind of liking, they put Nerf, they embossed it, or printed it, rather. I thought they did. Never mind. Shame on you, Nerf. Again, I'm sorry about this. My mind is playing tricks on me. But they only detailed the right side. Again, but it's not a flagship blaster, so unless it is, and if it is, then Nerf kind of messed up a little bit. But anyways, one thing I'm really liking about this is they reinforced the clip well. It's really nice. I'm liking that. Makes it sturdier. There's no wobble to this, hardly at all. I'm really liking that. The skeletal trigger is really cool. I really dig that feature about the modulus system, the modulus line. It's really been cool seeing those skeletal triggers minimize stuff. Modders have been minimizing stuff forever, and to see that Hasbro is now doing the same thing is nice. I'm really liking it. As far as the skeletal handles, this is more comfortable than a lot of the skeletal handles that I've seen. But it depends on whether or not you like skeletal handles. If you don't, that's fine. If you do, great. I won't be alone in that. The iron sights, as far as accuracy, I have no clue. I have no way to test accuracy out here. But also the ranges here aren't definite because, again, I don't have a measuring tape to measure it out with. But I hope you guys have liked this review. I am really glad I could bring this thing to you guys. Really stoked about this blaster. It's awesome. If you guys have any more questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments below. I love hearing what you guys have to say. I get a lot of my best ideas from you guys, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm really liking how you guys keep me honest and also giving me great ideas. I'm really liking getting fresh ideas from other people. It's great. So without any further ado, this is Nerfinator signing off.